Erik is okay. Welcome back to another episode of Erik is okay. I swear Erik is okay.
Erik is definitely okay. Erik is 100% positively okay.
Totally
I almost
okay.
killed Lime. Almost. So close. So
Almost got
close
her.
to being able to kill Lime. Yes, Erik is Rob, Astra is Lime, James is Dabo, Dimble is Bongo. Although it's okay if you can't see Dimble, he is like 1 foot tall.
Yeah, shut up. I will shoot you with a gun.
Well, I am the DM, so I have all power. There were 2 cats. Kaji, Bearpaw was one of them, and the other one was an NPC. But I'm probably going to write them out the story. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? It's a lot of NPCs to deal with otherwise. And Bearpaw's character, because he's not playing anymore, apparently. Can't. Which sucks, but at the same time, like, it's annoying. Yeah. We're not going to kill him. He's not dead. Yeah.
Dwight is definitely dead.
Dwight isn't dead.
Dwight is dead.
No, he isn't.
Dwight is definitely not in the same room as us currently.
That is true. And last session ended with your friends running through the doors of this church, one of them pretty badly injured. Sherry being very badly injured.
Oh dang! I thought it was.
Oh, that will... Poor Sherry. That should hit Erik right in the feels. Are we starting? Yeah, we should might as well. Might as well start.
Because Dabo's never gonna show up.
Well, he already knows that this is happening, sort of thing.
Does he though?
Guess who's back?
Oh, it's Dabo. Hey.
Of course, right on time.
I'm always on time.
Except those times that you're early or late.
Well, I don't
Or
know
very late.
Hey, Goat's here. Is Goat playing?
Yeah. Goat is watching.
Is Goat playing as Kaji? I mean, plays Kaji.
No. Goat doesn't have a character.
Go,
Dang.
you need to make a character and join us. Go is going to.
Oh my god, it's like Rob. Didn't Rob used to play without a character for a long while, and he just played other people's characters?
That was literally all of No Name for Now 4.
Yeah.
Just Rob being other people. No idea who Donovan is.
So yeah.
Have you guys started yet, or?
We just did the recap, basically, of what happened. So Sherry and everyone else, all of your friends, run in through the doors. Sherry being heavily injured, and Astra exclaimed, "Sherry, what happened?" Yeah, how awkward do you... Oh god, do not let go be Sherry. Oh. Let's not do that.
Do it.
Oh, I want it.
I don't.
I do.
Sherry does suck at flirting, and currently she's dying.
She's
So
dying and
that's
sucking
fun.
at flirting. Good combination.
Sucking. Dang.
Suck.
Yeah. Or anyway. Oh well, I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, she's basically holding onto her wounds quite badly, and she seems like she's just gotten out of a rough fight. Sean actually speaks up because she seems quite injured. And he's like, we just need to get out of here, like right now. People, a bunch of Arcana people are here, and they're like killing everybody, blood everywhere, so much blood. The ship, we parked it nearby, but we gotta go because they're like kind of behind us.
Okay, let's get on.
Actually, I'd like to inspect those rugs that we had earlier.
Arcana is, I don't know, no time to talk. Let's go. Running away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run away and just get on the ship.
Yeah. So basically, they all lead you out, yeah? As you're going, everyone give me perception checks as you just leave this church. Following Lata and Dwight seem to be taking the lead. They seem to sort of be leading you on while Sean is carrying Sherry, basically.
Oh, whoops.
Don't even bother re-rolling. If you can't roll high with advantage, you don't deserve to re-roll.
No.
Is Eric? Okay,
Tell me what to do.
Re-rolling. Okay, yeah, you do deserve to re-roll. Dimble's eyes fall out. That's the only explanation I can think of. No. Everyone sees this basically. Erik pointing out to everyone else as you see literal tanks rolling up with loads of foot soldiers coming towards you. They have the banners of Arcana, very recognizable symbols of two golden wings, which is Arcana's main symbol. Even Astra has a sort of a sigil with it on it, which signifies that she's a part of Arcana.
Heathen.
Oh shit, we didn't get the orb.
And yeah, you did not get the orb. Erik in particular notices that you didn't get the orb that you came here for, which is quite funny. But you were left, so no, you didn't actually grab it in the end.
No, we
These
couldn't
guys just burst in right after the fight.
No, freaking crap.
Erik in particular notices they seem to have quite a bit of blood on their armor. The ones that are in the front, taking the point. But you do manage to run. I'm gonna just roll everyone roll me dexterity checks, actually. Speedy Erik, as usual.
Wait, why is it a 1+1?
I have no idea.
Where the hell did my character sheet go? Alright. Keep losing my character sheet.
What the heck, Erik?
Oh, it's probably because of Jack of all trades or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's probably it.
Okay, well, one person did manage to roll lower than Erik. You see a few shots fire out. Most of you are able to dodge them quite deftly as they're firing quite far away. But you hear a grunt from behind you as one of them hits Sean in the stomach. He yelps out in pain, dropping Sherry to the floor, who is basically being carried by himself. And he just falls to the floor. What do you want to do? You're not an initiative or anything, but yeah, what do people want to do?
I'm gonna roll initiative.
Don't roll initiative.
Dang it.
So yeah, Erik
Okay.
carry Sherry, or no, you want to let Erik carry Sherry.
Okay, Lime's going to carry Sean. Lime does not need to make a strength check. Erik, you're going to need to make a strength check. Bevel can carry people.
You know who else
Can I
can carry
help?
people?
Not like he's fast. He's faster than you are, definitely.
Can I help
carry
carry?
people?
You do manage to carry Sherry, but not very gracefully. It's not like you can't really carry your bridal style. You sort of just she puts her arm around your shoulder and you sort of help her walk. You use Find Steed. You summon Bearbot for the first time in this campaign. Everyone's like, "What the fuck is that?" You've
What's
never
this
summoned it
Bearbot
before.
thing?
No, she
Lady.
summoned it early on.
I don't believe she has ever summoned Find Steed in this campaign. My lady, do you require my services? Very well. Place him on my back. Bearbot just zooms off, running very quickly. I shall get in there post-haste, madam. He doesn't know where the ship is, so he is basically going to be following Larpa and Dwight, who are taking the lead. But are all of you continuing to run, basically, towards the ship?
Yes.
You all get there roughly at the same time. Dwight and Kaji are faster than you guys are. And so, yeah, fast people get there first, but you all do manage to get onto the ship, lock it up, and fly upwards just to get out of the area. Once you're out of any immediate danger, you have a moment to rest and lick your wounds, sort of things. Sean doesn't seem in any major danger, neither does Sherry, but they do seem very injured, as if they had both been out in a pretty intense fight. Neither of them seem like talking much, but you can definitely talk to them if you wish. What do you guys want to do? Well, we were investigating this enemy that the artificers seem to have just as you asked. And as we were looking into it, we've discovered that it was ARCANA, a group of ARCANA. We were pretty confused, but we just figured there might be some sort of misunderstanding, or... No, you're not having Sherry. We just assumed there might be some sort of misunderstanding, or maybe this was some branch that was just not agreeing with people, or maybe the artificers were the enemy. But we were not prepared for what happened next. These tanks and these soldiers just went over the hills and started slaying innocent civilians, ones who had just been selling their wares, completely unprovoked. Me and Sean tried to defend them, and while Dwight and Lata went to the ship to try and back us up, but there were just too many of them to fight by ourselves. I sustained quite a few injuries.
No dilemma.
There's another thing that you should know. That man you went to see, the hermit, Irvin, yes, he came out of his cave to start fighting, but he didn't make it.
No, not Erevan.
He tried using some sort of mechanized device, but it just ran out of power. Yeah, old man died. Rip old man.
He couldn't die.
Well, he just did. It's I like how Astra never even met him.
Oh yeah, she didn't.
Because Astra waited outside.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. Because you waited outside to take a long rest while they talked to him. And he actually had some information about Erevan. I'll call you Erevan now because his name's Irvin. About Dimble's backstory that he never managed to say because he died.
Yeah, we kind of also didn't want to tell you.
Yeah, we kind of knew.
Lata looks particularly panicked. She seems quite worried. She's like, what are we supposed to do now? If Arcana is just attacking us, I'm not injured. I managed to get to the ship before anything happened. And she sort of like blushes as you hug her. It's like, it's not like it's that big of a deal.
Baka?
Baka? No, she doesn't actually say Baka.
She says Baka, we all know.
Well, Sherry speaks and it's like, well, they most definitely attacked. The civilians weren't even putting up a fight, they were just running away. It was horrible. Just you didn't really know because you didn't like interact with them much. You didn't talk to them or anything. They definitely seemed to want to kill you guys, but you don't know if that was because of you specifically or just because you were there. Sean is complaining about how much pain he's in. He's not the bravest of people. Sherry's just like Sherry is significantly more injured than Sean is, but she's like not as phased. I just need some time to rest. Lata's provided some healing to me already, but not much.
Okay, what's your plan line? What's the plan? What's the plan stand? They sook. Those sookers. Yeah, they're always getting everywhere.
Kill every member of Arcana. Wait, no.
Well, what happens if you don't come out?
If you do go down, we'd have to take the ship down. But it might work if this is all one misunderstanding.
What if it means you know too much? I know too well what it means to know too much.
That's deep.
Dimble also knows the fine art of being AFK in sessions where his character can get developed.
Yeah. Shut up.
Very well, if you want to, we can go down, but we should probably put the ship somewhere a bit out of the way.
Alright. Just try to stay safe.
You are Astra. You are pretty injured, and you are starting to feel quite hurt. You're still got burns over your body from the heat metal.
Yeah.
You can definitely take a short rest if you want.
But what about a long rest?
Long rest, yeah, you can take a long rest as well if you really want to take a long rest, but short rest is an hour, while long rest is 8 hours. So time does pass and stuff. Things might change after time passes. Also, you have already taken a short rest where some of you have used hit dice. How many hit dice do you have left, Lime? 3? Yeah, you can just use all 3 of them, to be honest, because it's probably going to require all 3 of you to heal up. Especially if you roll poorly. You're on 28 out of 51, and then that's going to push you up to math 40. You're about 80% health. Yeah, you could, well, depends how long the thing takes, really. You could start taking a long rest, though.
I'm gonna take a short rest as well.
Okay.
I'm full health.
Well, look at you. Dude.
Yeah, James hasn't gotten injured in a while, so he's feeling quite fine. And him running to the ship wasn't that much of a hassle anyway, because he's really fast. He's feeling pretty fine right now. Eric's feeling definitely very injured, very very much like just almost died. Got hit by baseball bats covered in wire and flail for a bit. that one oh god, that 0 constitution. Oh wow.
Oh man.
Nice rolls.
This is terrible.
That's a total of a 3 in healing. Okay, that's slightly better.
Yeah, that's 8.
Eric, Rob, have you ever considered making your character not have like no HP or armor whatsoever?
Like actually having constitution?
You've got you know what his AC is?
What?
13.
13 minus 16, and I am a person in ranged attack.
Dimble 16, and 16 is not a good AC. Like, it's
Mine is
okay.
17.
16 is okay.
How is mine
Yeah.
17?
Because you're high dexterity.
Oh, that makes sense. My +5 dexterity.
I have a +4 dexterity.
Eric is really not made for combat, but he's very good out of the combat. Should we put the ship down then?
Yeah, I think it's time to let it rest. Yeah, we gotta. We should bury it.
Sherry actually seems to be a bit short-tempered.
There comes a
He
time.
definitely seems to be pretty significantly injured.
Just gotta put him down.
Okay, I'll put the ship about a 10-minute walk away from the Arcana camp on this planet. Okay?
Sounds
I'll
good.
put it behind a small mountain range so we're at least hidden. Any closer, we would just risk them attacking us as soon as we land.
Yeah, let's send
Are you sure?
Dragon Bot in.
Very well, if that's your wish.
Decoy snail. Oh, I love that thread.
Alright. I'll park the ship now. And Cherry gets the controls of the ship, even though she's pretty badly injured. She starts maneuvering the ship. She seems to have learned how to fly it quite well. And brings it down. You do have a 10-minute walk, but you can basically see the tops of the buildings from the Arcana camp that's been set up on this planet. it seems to be a bit bigger than Arcana bases usually are on planets. But you can recognise the colours and the tents and that sort of thing that they would usually have. So yeah, if you want to walk over there, you can. Sherry will basically be like, I know you're trying to flirt with me. I'm bleeding out of everywhere right now. Not the time.
Everywhere.
That's the best time.
Good job, Erik. We're proud of you.
So yeah, Astra walks over to the. Sherry's like, if you can heal me, yes, please.
Wait, does Sherry not have any hit dice or anything?
She's already used quite a lot of them.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, she sincerely says, as you heal her up a bit. So yeah, Astra, you walk over to this Arcana camp, and as you get closer to it, you can definitely see a few Arcana soldiers walking around. Do you want to make any effort to like hide yourself, or are you going to make your presence known? You don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. You do notice that this Arcana camp does seem to be bigger than others, and with a few more soldiers than normal. But you don't see like anything in particular bad. As you're walking, the other soldiers sort of glance your way, but don't really take any notice of you. They don't seem to mind you being there. And if you want to, you can just head straight to the HQ area, the center area. You head over there, and you see that there's a man behind a desk who just looks up from some papers and is like, "Oh, can I help you?" A very old elven man.
AAA.
Astra is a battery. This planet's name currently, or the one before it? This is the fifth planet, so the one before it was Tech Nexus.
This one is Magnum Opus.
This one's Magus 4. This is the one you're on right now, is Magus 4. The one before was
Magnum
Nexus.
Opus.
Yes, Magus 4. Oh yes, well, as you know, you're an Arcana Paladin, correct? Yes, well, as you must know, sometimes we need to get the troops out when we find a planet's inhabitants particularly hostile towards us. We've been encountering some quite hostile behaviour. Can you just roll me just a general charisma check, Astra? Okay. Yes, it's a shame, really, but yes, we've noticed several of the inhabitants are being quite violent. Yes, yes. We tried extending the olive branch, as the ICEs are known for, but they met us with quite hostile artificer powers, so we naturally had to attack them. Oh, well, we have to put the safety of our soldiers first. They were attacking us directly, so we had to defend ourselves then and then. Oh, I am so sorry. Could you please tell me the name of your crew?
Um, the dolphin.
The dolphin.
The Scorpius.
Yes, the Scorpius. The Scorpius is the one. Let me just look things up. And he sort of types on his computer. He sort of his look in his face goes from quite a neutral tone to something a bit more strange. There's something about him that's a bit off. You can give me an insight check if you want.
Oh no. Oh no.
As he's just typing on this computer. He goes, could you just excuse me one moment as I just need to go talk to someone real quick. And he sort of stands up and walks away. You definitely get this strange feeling, so you have a quick peek towards his computer screen. You can see pictures of all the people in your current crew. You taking a quick look, you can just see one thing stands out very clearly. Well, two things in particular stand out. First things first, you see a picture of Dimble, and it says that it uses the words "wanted terrorist."
Oh no!
Very clearly,
oh no!
Wanted terrorist. You also see a picture of yourself, and it says "cannot be trusted, a traitor to Arcana."
Yeah, sorry about that whole terrorist thing.
You see pictures of the other ones. You see pictures of the other crew members. With a quick scroll down, you can see the other crew members, and they seem to have similar things. Generally, though, calling Dimble a terrorist and calling you a traitor to Arcana are the only really harsh things. They don't seem to have much information on Erik, James, Sherry, or Sean, other than they're there as well.
Yeah.
But you notice this, and this guy's gone walking off to go talk to someone. Apparently, exactly. They have a bit of information like, this is a person who uses long-range weaponry, and this is a person who's got very little combat capabilities and is not that much of a threat. Yeah, that's what they basically say about it. But they just seem to note some very basic generic information. For instance, Sean uses explosive weapons, Sherry is a melee fighter, that sort of thing. But the two things that catch your eye in particular are Dimble's a terrorist and you're a traitor to Arcana.
Maybe you should not have murdered Penelope in cold blood. Maybe just,
The guy has walked off right now to go talk to someone, quote unquote. You get the feeling whatever he's talking about is not good for you.
Yeah, time to nope the fuck out.
Yeah, you can just turn around and walk out. Since you're walking up pretty quickly, you don't need to make any kinds of checks. You can just walk straight out of the building. Are you gonna walk out of this entire go straight back to the ship? Or... Yes, you can. It takes you a sec. Just give me an Arcana check, because it's Arcana technology and stuff. So just to see, because Astra's not exactly a computer savvy person. Yeah, it's a pretty easy to figure out database. You just the way you find her is by looking at the Northern Light branch of the Arcana Paladins. So you have a quick look up on her. She's a very capable fighter with a lot of accolades. She actually took part. She's been making a lot of strides with this year's ICE. You don't find anything negative about her. Does not say where she is. You get none of them actually say where they are. It just says this is where they were last seen, sort of thing. The last place that Laura was seen was on Tech Nexus, making some sort of political advancement with her people. You could read it in more detail, but it would take more time. I'm just going to get out of there. So that's quick enough, I think. So you head out. Are you going to head out of this entire area and go back to the ship, or are you going to stay around in the Arcana bit, or not? Okay, you're going to head back to the ship. You head back to the ship. Luckily, you leave quite quickly, and you do see a couple of other Arcana knights and stuff on the way out, but they don't seem to pay much mind. They see that you've got the Arcana armor and sigils and stuff, and they just assume you're there for the same reason they are. And you make it back to the ship. It's been about half an hour since she left, and she comes back. About 10 minutes to walk there and stuff. Yeah, it's been about half an hour. You've currently had about an hour and a half of a long rest. If you don't do anything intense, you can still finish a long rest. Just tell me if you don't do anything intense, basically. Sherry flies the ship up once again, so you're actually doing anything. Unless talking is fine, but if you're going to do anything other than talking and one person can fly. Actually, Lata flies. Lata flies the ship. She's learned how to fly a ship at least, basically, and she's not injured and stuff, so she can do it quite well. So she's sort of foregoing her long rest, so everyone else can take a long rest. Okay, Astra conveys that information to everyone. Dimble, you're a terrorist.
Yeah. Terrorist is a little extreme. Thief maybe, but not terrorist. I may or may not have stolen some documents that document illegal dealings by Arcana.
What dirt do they have on me?
Astra basically recounts the information. Basically, very surface information. For James, it was basically like a sniper, long-ranged weapons expert. They don't seem to have any details of where you were from or anything like that. Same with Erik. They have very, very surface information. It basically doesn't tell them anything important other than this person's good at fighting like this. No, they didn't actually have any information on Erik.
And they didn't find it, huh?
Yeah.
So in my 20s, I kind of worked for Arcana, developing their weapons. I kind of found out about this and decided I was gonna get out of there.
Oh my god.
So I kind of laid low for some time until the guy. Yeah, I didn't really want to work with a government that was as shady as that. I don't think it was Arcana.
Arcana did get, because his thing, Arcana sent you to protect the Scorpius crew. They didn't really know who the people of the Scorpius crew were because they were all part of Reese Finch's friends and people and connections, people from his past, sort of thing, that he had tenuous links to, effectively. So they didn't really know any of the people on the crew, and they just sent you there as, oh, this guy once helped Arcana. Let's send one of our elite paladins as a bodyguard for them.
Oh.
That's basically why you're there.
Yeah. Basically. But I couldn't in good conscience stay with them. Doing all these shady dealings all the time, it's just not okay. So do you think I should have kept working for them even after they were doing all of these illegal dealings? They were selling guns illegally to people.
Sean, Sherry, and Lata are basically just backing away right now, sort of leaving you some space. Lata actually pulls James aside. It's like, where should we fly to?
I had no mission.
So yeah, James and Dabo. Like, what should we do? We have nowhere to go, really, do we? We can't continue with this ICE if we're dealing with Arcana and they think we're terrorists.
I have an idea. Let's fly to my place.
Is it close?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can just look it up on the computer, basically. Distances. It's a couple days travel. So it's not that far away. You could definitely go there.
All right, let's go there. I mean, can't keep doing this, and we need something to do. We need some place to stay.
Okay.
I'll message my dad about it.
Okay, I'll fly us there. Could you just tell the rest?
All right.
So, yeah, that's.
I'll just tell the rest, everybody, that we're going to my place, and that stay there till we find out what to do.
What is Astra doing if she refuses to keep traveling with these people?
Ha! Arresting us and bringing us to Arcana. Yes, that is a good idea. Someone who has labeled us terrorists. Do you know what they do to terrorists? They don't care if it's a misunderstanding.
Sherry speaks up and she's like, those people were killing innocent people. Like, I know you're not a bad person, but if you're planning on arresting us and taking us there, I will have to fight you.
Your job's to protect us, not kill us.
There is no misunderstanding in Arcana. There's only those they trust and those that they're going to kill. But does it matter what the mission is? Does it matter if the mission is for good or if the mission is for bad?
Sherry speaks up and is like, they said that the artificers were attacking them and it was in self-defense that they started attacking them back. But most of those artificers couldn't even fight. They made trinkets or items that didn't even have any magical properties and just sold them. Yeah, they were scammers, but they were not violent people.
Hmm. Oof. I feel like hmm. Here grows tense as the
Here's
conversation
Bennington.
ends. Well, they clearly think you did, and I don't think you'll be able to change their mind.
Sean actually speaks up a bit and he's like, maybe this is like a bad eggs in a good basket of eggs example thing.
Sean,
These people were ordered by Arcana.
seriously?
Yeah, but maybe this was like a bad branch.
But they were ordered by the big branch. I mean, weren't they?
Maybe. Do we know that? Like, all we know is that this bunch of Arcana people were killing a lot of innocent people. And that was
Yep.
bad.
And the main Arcana people on the main Arcana computers labeled us as terrorists, or at least labeled Dimble as terrorists and Astra as a traitor.
Well,
And you're associated.
he kind of is if he stole documents.
Well, now
like,
you're all
can you kind of
associated
blame
with
them?
me. So,
Yeah.
no escaping that. Sorry about that. No, stuff happens.
Yeah. So eventually, is this conversation not going anywhere? Just so I know.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like, would it be fair to say, like, after the initial conversation, Astra sort of just goes to her room and sort of thinks for a while? Obviously, don't let me tell you what your character's doing. That's just, I'm wondering
Do
what's
this.
roughly going
your character will now.
Commit
on. Okay, you
seppuku.
punch a wall, and with your strength and your anger, you easily punch a hole through this wall. Good thing it wasn't like, it is an internal wall, so nothing like super bad. But yeah, you do punch a hole through a wall and run to your room.
I'll fix that.
You lock yourself in you and Larta's room basically, and a couple days do actually pass. You sort of just spend them completely in thought. Larta never comes to the room really. For the rest of you, it's not the most pleasant time. You sort of make awkward small talk with each other, but then realize it's kind of pointless. James eventually does tell you where you're going. What does James say though?
I'm just gonna tell him I'm heading back to home planet. It's closest, and it's somewhere to stay while we figure out whatever we're doing. You guys can
What's
probably
the
get
planet?
transported off. What is it called? Q. It's like QX7 or something.
What kind of name is that?
It's QX7.
Yeah, QX7.
Okay, so cutie pie.
No.
Got it. Cutie pie.
So yeah, a couple days passed, and basically, Sean and Larta have basically been flying the ship, taking it in shifts to fly the ship.
I'm just gonna like peek my head in the room and tell Astra where we're going, just because. I don't know.
Has Astra locked the door?
Astra did not lock the door.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm walking. Heading back to my home planet while we can figure this out.
Okay.
Oh yes, you've taken several long rests actually, so it's like everyone can. You can fully heal, fully spell stop, everything. All your
Fully
hit dice are back.
dice, yeah.
Everything's back.
Yeah, like
Sherry,
like
Sherry takes a bit longer to recover than the rest of you, but she does fully recover after a couple of days of basically exclusively resting. Eventually, Larta's like, I think we're here, and it basically starts parking down. James directs her where to go, and Larta parks up in an area surrounded by very tall walls. As soon as you get to this planet, all of you are looking out the windows, and you notice something immediately. It is an extremely colourful place, as if like it's an oil painting. The grass is extremely green, the sky is extremely blue, the oceans are very dark blue, the deserts are extremely bright yellow. It's very, very saturated with colour. And as you park down in the area, and you open up the door, some of the freshest air ever is what you breathe in. As soon as the door opens, there are a few guards standing there, six in total, and they're like, "Who is this? You're on private property."
James,
It's me, James.
Oh, James was like, "Oh, sir," and they all kneel down very royally.
Oh,
We didn't realize it was you.
Oh my.
Your father told us that you were coming home, but we were not aware you'd be parking here.
Wait, you mean this clown is rich?
Maybe.
Please allow me to escort you to your rooms.
We'll be fine.
Very well. You sort of have an understanding with the guards. You've known most of them since you were growing up. You know you don't need their protection or anything while you're on your planet at all, because nobody would dare hurt you on your planet, and there's basically nothing that can hurt you on this planet. Loads of people like you here. It's a very idyllic place, actually. There's very little crime, so you never felt afraid about walking around with no guards. But yeah, if you want to, you can lead everyone to where you know the rooms are at the palace.
Yeah, I'll just go to the palace.
Is Astra going with you guys, or is she staying in the ship? She probably would have. I imagine she would have seen things through the window in her room, like the colourful stuff, but she doesn't necessarily need to leave the room. Bear in mind, it also has been a couple of days. Okay. All right. So yeah, James, you lead them to the palace. You know where all of the spare rooms are. You know where your workers would have set the rooms up, and so you lead them basically straight there. The rooms are very nice. Large open lounge areas with several different doors leading into several different personal rooms. You basically each get a room to yourself. James gets his own room because he's got his own room in this place. As soon as you get there, you see several people, several guards and several servants greeting James very warmly. Several of the servants offer food to all of you, food and drinks.
Ooh.
And they basically say, if you ever need anything, just ask. So yeah, and you've been leading to these rooms. Is there anything in particular you want to do? Or James, do you want to go see your parents?
Yeah, I'll probably go see my dad.
Okay. Anyone else going to join him, or is it just going to be James going on his own? Sherry seems a little bit more receptive to the flirting and is actually saying, "This is a very bright and colourful place." Yeah.
That's how she flirts. It's like, man, you look pretty today. Yeah, weather's pretty good outside. You're right.
I guess. And yeah, the two of you just sort of could look around the outside of the area. It's very pretty, very fresh air. It's almost creepily good. It's like such a happy, positive place that just fills you with joy, almost in a weird way. What? There's no poison gases in the air killing you all slowly. You're actually on a horrible planet, and there's just drugs in the air that make you think it's colourful. Spoilers? No, that's not what's happening.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Actually, that's what I ordered my dad to do. So
What?
So yeah. If anyone wants to go with James, and wants to see his parents, you can. But otherwise, James just goes by himself to see his parents. You go to your parents' throne room, which is where they spend most of their time talking and things. And as soon as you step in the room, your mother smiles at you warmly, and your dad's like, "Hey, kid, you're back." And
I like that voice.
very warmly.
Hey, kid.
I'm going to my parents. I'm going. All right. Yeah.
Who have you been traveling
Who have I been what with?
Who have you been traveling with?
Oh, just members of crew. This is a ARCANA member, and then
So Astra's in her room, and everyone else is there, I assume. Apart from Erik and I assume Erik and Cherry can eventually regroup. But yeah.
there's a terrorist, a person that
Okay.
blows up stuff,
Just shut up. I
and
don't.
and also what is Erik? I think he's a pedophile. Pretty sure he's a pedophile in group 2.
Thank God. For a second, I thought you were traveling with good people. Good to know.
They're good enough.
Yeah.
Now you are. Write that into your backstory.
Yeah, my next character I'm just gonna roleplay as a pedophile. Hope you guys don't mind.
That's exactly what a pedophile would say.
Oh yes, I've met many pedophiles that say that. I am just a mob boss, not a pedophile.
He actually calls over one of the guards and is like, "Keep an eye on that one. Keep him away from kids. He's a pedophile."
Yeah, roleplaying as Shino. What?
No, that'd be a white knight.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
She talks a lot more to you than your mother does. Your mother still seems just like a bit like sitting back a bit more. But she does say like, "Oh, I hope you've been safe in your travels. Haven't been getting into too much trouble."
I didn't die, so
How much How much information about the whole Arcana dealie did you put in your email to them?
sorry, I couldn't hear you.
How much information about this whole Arcana thing that just went down did you put in the email to them? Over.
I'd probably just tell them everything, really, like killing everybody.
Your father seems to completely ignore the topic. Your mother's like, "This Arcana thing. You know how me and your father stand on the topic. It's not good that you've seen it this way, but I am glad you've seen an example of how it's not such an idyllic thing.
Definitely not.
If you would ever like me to explain the details, I know you never really asked to see the details when you were younger, but if you now have some interest in knowing the details of how Arcana was founded, the true details of how Arcana was founded, please just come see me anytime. If you could I talk to your friend, this Arcana friend of yours?"
Maybe I'll see if she's pretty distraught right now, but I'll see if she can come
I can
out.
understand.
Yeah.
Very well. And yeah, so you have free reign of the palace to do what you want with. Erik is getting followed by 2 guard files, but other than that,
Rest in peace, Erik. First, I have to pay the respects.
What are you talking about? Why did you think
exactly what a
you're a
pedophile would say? Exactly what a pedophile would say.
Exactly. I mean, I will tell him that he's not a pedophile. Reluctantly.
Yeah, everyone knows he's not a pedophile. They are literally just they are just fucking with him.
All right, that's fine then.
Who's a good guard? You're a good guard.
I should probably go talk to Astra.
Astra. Okay, I'm gonna go see Astra.
Yeah, I'm just like knocking on her door.
Okay, yeah, you knock on her door. Is Astra going to respond? No, maybe she is. I just didn't know if she heard or not.
I'll open the door.
Okay, you open the door. Just see her sort of sitting on the bed, lying on bed a bit. Very in thought.
I mean, you're kind of controlling your character now.
Well, no, I'm just saying this is the kind of thing she's already said, basically.
Hey, my mom wants to see you. We should talk about the Arcana thing. Yeah, she knows a lot about it. She asked for you. I mean, they're leaders.
Yeah, especially your mother. You know that your mother basically handles everything about relations with other leaderships and stuff. So she's very knowledgeable about Arcana.
Yeah, she's like our diplomatic relations person. She knows all about these people. They've been talking together for a long time. She's the one who kind of cut us off on Arcana.
What does Arcana stand for?
It doesn't actually stand for anything. It's just, you realize why it's called Arcana, right? Because I didn't want to make people to make Arcana checks for magic, so instead they make Arcana checks for technology, and just makes sense to call it Arcana. That's literally why it's called that.
All right.
That's Arcana.
Okay, you gonna go see Lata? Lata's got a room next to you, but as most has been giving you space. It is a really cool, awesomely named army, but I don't see what that has to do with anything, Bongo.
No idea. What could it possibly have to do with anything?
Yeah. Yeah, Lata lets you in. She doesn't seem to talk too much, but it's because she's trying to give you space. Yes, of course, anytime. James, please stay here, outside the room, as she just closes the door. Lata just closes the door on you, sort of like, oh, okay.
All right.
Is
I'm
James
totally not going to earstrop. Yes.
Eavesdrop?
Are you going to eavesdrop or not?
Yes, I am. But like,
Okay. Just give me a
yeah.
perception check.
All right.
Okay.
Yes!
So yeah, what
You figured it out. The secret behind Arcana.
they're not alchemists.
They're all
They're all of the other things. They're all the other things, but they're not alchemists.
Assholes, that's what it is.
Oh, ass.
That works way better.
Of course. There we go. Perfect.
I know that you have more loyalty to Arcana than I ever did, but I do definitely owe them something for saving us. It's troubling, that's for sure, but I've been thinking, isn't it possible that they did save us in the past, but have now become corrupt? Or the branch is completely good-hearted, but that there are other branches that are corrupt? Or the third option that's crossed my mind is that we are surrounded by terrorists. And that Arcana is wholly good. It's impossible to tell. Maybe we should just keep our ears open and have an open mind. Try and look at this as rationally as we can and see what's going on. Otherwise, we'll just be stuck with this conflicted feeling. Just so you know, I've been avoiding talking to you about this because I know how emotional you can be with this sort of thing, but you didn't see what those Arcana people were doing to those people. It was something that was horrible, really. I saw hundreds of Arcana knights attacking artificers, and I saw maybe 2, 3 with weapons fighting back. Yes, that's true. However, I've never seen you kill someone who didn't deserve it or who wasn't fighting you. And I don't think you would ever do something like that, kill someone who's defenseless. That would just be horrible. These people were killing people who were running away just because of some order.
Persephone was not defenseless.
Oh, Persephone was most definitely defenseless when you killed. I wasn't Lata saying that because Lata doesn't know about Persephone's death, or at least it never really got brought up. That's what I think, anyway. I know you quite well. I know that you've killed people. I don't mind that because I know that you have to keep yourself safe, and if someone is attacking you, you need to defend yourself. But these people weren't defending themselves; they were just murdering people. And if that's what this one Arcana person is ordering them to do, then that person's evil. But the people who he is ordering should probably have stopped, thought for themselves. It's troubling, and I'm sorry if I couldn't tell you what you wanted to hear. Honestly, I feel a bit out of my depth with this. I'm just a fashion designer. I'm glad I could help. James, you heard snippets of that. You basically heard mostly about. You heard most of it, yeah. With the 20 roll, you heard most of it. You don't know obviously the full details. Clearly, Lata and Astra know each other a lot, and they've known each other for a long time. But you don't really know what this whole Arcana saved them thing is about. But yeah, you know the gist of their feelings and stuff about it.
All right.
Is anyone else doing anything at this point? I'll take those a note. Okay, the last one. Do you mean our crew? When we were back on Magus 4, I was about to get shot by an Arcana soldier, one of those riflemen, and Sean pushed me aside. He took a bullet for me, and then Sherry jumped in to protect him. I would have been injured, if not worse, if they hadn't been there. James was the reason we're here now, in this safe place. We're getting waited on hand and foot. It's amazing.
Better believe it.
And Dimble and Erik have never shown me anything but kindness. Of course,
Really?
they can be strange at times, but they've never shown me any reason to distrust them. And that's true because you guys do all your evil stuff away from Lata.
I was about to say. We're not. Nice.
Like, all Lata basically knows about Erik and Dimble is, oh, Dimble's that guy who's good with machines and works with his machines in his free time. That's quite a nice hobby. And oh, Erik's good at talking to people. That can never be used for evil, definitely. But he's also good at hiding that he's done bad stuff.
Excuse me?
Is James actually saying "excuse me" as he's eavesdropping on this?
No, he's just a little bit offended.
Well, the whole two wrongs don't make a right thing? Okay.
Two wrongs make a left, though.
God, shut up.
But I thought two rights went backwards.
Oh shoot.
It's like three rights make a left, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so three rights make a left, two wrongs make a left, and then two wrongs don't make a right.
What? Alright. Can we continue?
Probably the reason nobody knows about Erik is because he's like the boss of a crime syndicate. You don't know about the boss of the crime syndicate, you just know, oh, there's probably a boss to this thing. But yeah, Erik's backstory is kind of fucked up.
Okay.
It's made by Rob, it's gonna be fucked up.
They probably sell jet fuel to people.
Okay, so is James and Astra going to go to James's mum? Going to Clara Blacksworth.
Clara.
Clara.
Clara Oswald.
It's Clara. People.
I can't pronounce American words.
Clara. American
That's
word.
a British word. That's like a British name, isn't it?
No, we would never pronounce it Clara.
It's Clara in British. Because, like in
Fine.
Doctor Who, there's Clara.
Clara just sounds weird. We have Claire, but that's something different.
Oh God.
Pronounced
Yeah,
Clara.
fucking stop with the whole dubby thing.
It's pronounced
It's pronounced dubby.
It's pronounced doobie. Doobie doobie doo. Where are you?
I like how I still say what with Ruku Duku as well.
What Ruku
What would Ruku Duku? So yeah,
How is it pronounced?
Dabo and Lime, are you going to James's mother?
Go, we aren't friends anymore. Dabby.
Dabby dabby doo. Dabby dabby doo. What would dabby dabby doo?
Dabby? That's like not at all how it's spelled.
Wait, Dabby?
Dabby. Oh no. There's a U.
Wait.
Oh my god, is it actually Dabby?
Dab.
Oh no, it's that amazing fighter, Dabby.
Dabby. He's gonna
Okay,
go dab
okay.
on
Why
her.
not at least make the U a A? Dabby.
Dabby.
Dabby is fun. Oh my god, we could start calling Dabo Dabby.
Oh, Dabby Swinno.
Dab.
Dabby Swinno.
So yeah, anyway, this entire stupid debate out of the way. Are you going to see James's mother? And James, are you going to bring her there?
Yeah.
What is everyone else doing? What is Erik and Dimble doing at this point?
I'm just gonna chill and work on my mech.
Okay.
Mac and cheese.
No, my mech, not my Mac.
Yeah, your Mac.
My Mac.
It's almost as if Dimble could have taken the fusion core to actually use with his mech. Almost.
Why would I use it?
Dimble has our machine. It's almost as if it could make your artificer class so much more powerful, so that Dimble could do something useful for once. Anyway,
hold up, guys. Hold up. This is important. I need a retcon that I was whittling that whole time on that trip.
What?
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 Why?
It's important to the story.
Why?
How so?
All right, never mind. Fine. You can shut my. That's fine.
Cherry's hard to read. She seems to be indifferent to your company. She doesn't dislike you. You're okay, I guess. But you don't really add much to the feeling. You don't take away from it, though. Oh god.
I need a retcon that I join these losers.
Okay, so yeah, Astra and James are led towards Clara Blacksworth.
Clara.
And she's just sitting down. She's like, "Oh, is this the ARCANA member?" Oh, there's no need for that. Please, it's embarrassing. Please just take a seat. And there's several seats around. It's a little lounge area.
Why don't you work out to work out? the working out.
Yeah, actually work out. Maybe you'll get a bit stronger to actually do something in combat. It's a pleasure to meet you too. I've read about. My son has told me what you've done. And James is James sitting down too with this, or is he leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, as in that wasn't a yes or no question. That was like saying you want to go left or right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to go left or right. I do want to go left or right, but I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, I think I'll just follow Astra.
Okay, so you're just going to stay with Astra. And yeah, so two of you sit down, and she's like, my son's told me how strong of a fighter you are. I'm sure my husband would love to spar with you sometime.
Oh.
He doesn't. He doesn't fight very often. I don't let him very often, but he is a very competent fighter, and it would be interesting to watch. I understand that Arcana has helped you in some way in the past, and that is why you work for them now. I see. Interesting. Who specifically saved your life? Was it an individual? I see. So this I assume it was the leader of your paladin troop. So this person saved your life, gave you a purpose, I assume. And that's how you became an Arcana paladin. Do you know about some of the things that Arcana has done? Arcana has done a lot with the ICEs. A lot for the world. They're responsible for so many things. So many great things. You won't as he tells James this, it's like, I don't want to take notes now. It's very rare for me to speak so highly of Arcana. But it has done many things. It's freed people from slavery. Many steamfolk used to be slaves, for they were needed to build ICE ships, and they were freed from slavery only about 200 years ago. Still get discriminated against now, but yes, it was very rare to see a free steamfolk. It has cured many diseases. There was even recently this. You've probably heard of it as an elven woman yourself. There's this disease going around, quite a horrible thing. It's very deadly, and heard that Arcana has been trying to fix that too. You give me a knowledge check. Astra would have heard of it.
A knowledge check?
Wait, Astra's
An intelligence check.
Elven?
Yeah, she's elven. She's half elven. I think she's half elven. Yeah, half elven.
It's kind of perfect to me. I mean, I'm just saying.
You've definitely heard of it. It's not like as relevant to you because you spent a lot of time with many different races. You haven't been like living in a very elven place, right? But you definitely heard of it. It's quite a horrible disease. It's been killing people, quite a few people. Only of elven descent. Half elves seem to be safe from it though, so you never really read up on it much. But it's not like a huge epidemic, but it's a considerable issue. But yeah, Arcana's been working to fix that. They've done so many good things, but they've also done bad things. Do you know how Arcana was founded? You can give me a history check with advantage, both of you. This is like very, very common knowledge how Arcana was founded. Dimble, stop trying to persuade people. So yeah, you both basically know the same gist. The first ruler of Arcana was a woman called Eve Stormborn, and she successfully built Arcana from the ground up using a very powerful technology that she found from golems on an old planet called the Torch of Power.
Oh.
This technology gave her a lot of power, and she used it in part to fund and form Arcana. And from then on, she vowed to add things to Arcana, add all of these extra, basically expand the knowledge of the universe. And she was the first ruler. She's still alive. It's only 200 years ago. She's still alive. But there's been several rulers since her. Got to make it appear somehow.
You gotta keep reminding us that we failed.
You know that she went into a golem ruin. Golems basically very old creatures. They basically men made of clay is how they're very often described. Very old creatures, and they had a lot of high tech things that were in history. And 200 years ago, she went into this area, got the torch power, and used it. But now Clara begins speaking. It's like it's a very commonly told story how she got this torch of power. But did you know that she had a crew with her? Nobody ever mentions that she had a crew with her. Yes, a crew of 4 people, in fact. There's a reason why they're not mentioned very much. This was before Arcana was a thing, though. I still remember one of her crew members, written about very, very rarely, but you can find information on her. A lady called Marka Zaldu. She was a fire genshi. Fire genshi is not a species you see very frequently.
Wait.
A being made of flames itself. She was a student and very, very excited about going into the Golden Ruins. She studied. She studied. She studied golems for a long time, and she was allowed to go as an expert. And so she was basically the main of the group. Then there was Eve's bodyguard, a certain man named Derek Hanso. This Derek Hanso, he was
Cancer?
Derek Hanso.
Oh, all right.
Hanso?
Hanso, not Derek Hanso.
Hanzo from like
he was a
Overwatch?
very strong fighter. Famously, he did not like Eve.
Derek Han Solo?
So, he did not like Eve, but he was a very, very strong fighter. Very capable.
Oh.
Then, naturally, there was Eve Stormwind, the hero that everyone knows about. But the 4th crew member was someone a bit close to home, my great-great-grandfather, Wilson Blackthorn.
Hey, that's Oscarina's dad.
Oscarina?
No, it's not on that side of the family, it's on her side of the family. So, is it? Yeah, it's on her side of the family. But no, is that Oscarina? Maybe.
I don't think so.
And yes, and those were the crew that Eve Stormwind had. They had actually all went into this golem ruin together.
Oh, crap.
Over 200 years ago, they all entered this area together. They climbed down into a ruin of sorts from these golem creatures, in hopes of finding this torch of power and establishing Arcana, which they had all planned to do together. You each have, as you can see, special missions, special items, and special personalities of your respective characters. Bongo is playing as Derek Hanso, a barbarian bodyguard. Lime is playing as Eve Stormwind, the first leader of Arcana, who is a wizard, an elven wizard. Rob is playing as Mark Arthur, whatever the fuck her surname is, Zaldu. She's a fire genshi, and she is a bit nerdy, a bit of a history buff on the golems. And Dabo is playing as his great grandson, Wilson Blackthorn, who is a ranger. When you've finished reading your unique missions stuff, personality and like abilities and stuff, just say so, and I'll continue.
Wow, my stats.
Yeah, you got a fucking lot of health.
I'm just looking at my core modifiers.
Yeah, I think you got good stats. I think Dabo's the one with the worst stats.
I have -1, -2, -1.
I've tried to give you characters that are different from the ones you usually play. Lime's got a mage. Lime's got a wizard. Very squishy wizard.
Oh my gosh.
I've got -1 intelligence.
Yeah, not the brightest spark, but
Got +4 strength though. I'm strong.
I also have
yeah, very strong. Okay, Rob. So that means Rob's ready. Anyone else ready? Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
I think so. My hero's pretty simple.
So, yeah.
Really.
You've all just headed down this rope that you've set up, this golden road. Markarth, you're pretty sure this is where the torture power would be nearby, judging from your research. As soon as you enter this room, you see a large door and a lever, which you presume is to open the door. And all around this room, there is so much writing, so much golem hieroglyphs. Like they litter the walls. Yeah, golem. It's the language. You can read it. With a bit of time. You can't read it very quickly. Yeah, you go over to it. There's a lot here. Like it tells a lot of stories, a lot of tales. Only Markarth can really understand it. The rest of you, that's basically why you brought her along. They don't seem to have anything super relevant. It just seems to be stories. You've actually read some of them before. Very folk tales, for instance. Their own heroes. It's very similar to Greek mythology and myth and stuff like that. Myth and legend. Very normal stories that you would see elsewhere.
Why do I have a bow?
You don't have. It's just because I couldn't find any more icons. But yeah, you read the walls, and they seem to say that sort of thing. Myth and legend. So, yeah, what are you guys gonna do? You're very close to torch power.
We gotta pull the lever.
I'm gonna go pull on this door.
Wilson's gonna try pulling on the door. You pull on the door quite a bit. It seems to be stuck in place though. You're a pretty strong guy. You've totally got to break it open though.
Maybe there's a lever, like right next to it.
Guess I'll have to break this door open. Alright.
I'm gonna go press the lever. Pull the lever.
You pull the lever, and as soon as you do, the door does seem to creak open very slowly. But as soon as you do, from small pools of clay in the ground, you see several golems rise. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, cool. That is fun.
Well, why'd you do that?
Don't worry, I'll kill him.
And Goat doesn't even have a character. Disappointing.
Well, I didn't know he was going to watch until like very soon before the thing. After I already written all these things. Plus, he wouldn't know how to. He wouldn't necessarily have to be up to speed on how to play and stuff. If you do need to go, then Goat can take over. Potentially.
Dang it.
I need to roll. I might help if the enemies have a turn as well.
That might be helpful.
No, I don't think they need to be.
Okay,
I mean,
last, so it's Derek's turn first. So Bongo, what are you gonna do?
Okay, I am going to go over to. Okay, not that. This guy.
I should also mention your races real quick. Derek is a steam folk. You're a pretty looked down upon race. You were never a slave yourself, but you were one of the lucky few to avoid it. Generally, people are a bit wary of you, but yeah, you're a very strong guy. Eva's Elven, Wilson is human, and Marcus is a Fire Genshi. Fire Genshis are very strange, nobody really understands them. But yeah, Derek's attacking.
you understand me,
Icon.
Mom.
Okay, yeah, you hit and deal 6 points damage. Would you like to attack again?
Yes.
The first
Okay.
attack hit. The second attack just goes wide over the head.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go. Do you want to take over? Do you want to play the clock up? Just give me 1 sec. There you go. Oh yeah, because the new sheets were cool, but they were also like problems.
Yeah. I like the old sheets.
It is Markarth's turn, but I'll give Goat some time to read, so I'll just have her turn after Wilson leaves. So Wilson's turn. Dabo, what you want to do?
All right. Okay.
Just I like all the updates that they've been giving to the sheet. They're really nice.
You can go over there. All right. I'm gonna come over here. This guy, real close.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to like. Okay, these are golems, right? These
Yes,
are like.
these are golems.
Alright, never mind then. I'm just gonna machete chop him twice.
Machete?
Okay. Machete. First one is not enough to hit, unfortunately. It dodges out the side. Not very fast, but you've also just warm up. Second one does hit, though. Cut through it with your swing. These things feel like they'll go down pretty easy. Eve's turn. They do not have health bars.
That's just
Sorry about that. I'll fix that while you make your turn. So yeah, what does Eve want to do? They have health bars now?
Yeah, they all do.
Cool. So yeah, what does Eve want to do? 30, I would think? Yeah, the movement speed's 30. Okay, yeah, use burning hands. Yeah, just going to catch that one. So yeah, just roll 3d6. He is going to fail dex save, so he'll take full damage. It's not melee, no, but it's very close, short ranged. It's only 15 feet. It can hit up to 4 people as well if you bunch them up. But yeah, you can totally do it. And it's only in a cone though, so you couldn't get like both of them with it. But yeah, you can aim it just one if you want. You aiming at this one or the one above you? Not if you like. Not if you So that guy.
If you did the cone like this, then it'd be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you rolled a 1,
No, you don't roll ones though, because I'm the one who rolls. So I already rolled. So just roll 3d6s, please. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's going to do 10 points of damage. So that's going to be enough to kill it. You cook it. It's dirty. It is Markarth's turn. Markarth's turn. It has a range of 30 feet. Actually, you could hit these two. Yeah. You do have, you can throw a dagger, or yeah, okay. You can protect. So yeah. Which two who you got target? Yeah.
He protect, he attack.
She
Simply
protect, she attack.
he cute
She
kitty
check.
cat.
Which two are the weakest? Probably you and Eve. So yeah, the two of you get you get protect. It did. You still got a movement and action, so you can still throw a dagger if you want. Protect. Just make a dagger attack against someone if you want. Might as well. You've got loads of daggers. Okay, to the one on the left, yeah. Just roll a dagger attack.
Are you trying to
Throw it over you.
right through me?
Oh, you did. I'm being blind. Yeah, you hit it for 1 damage. I just didn't. I was blind.
Should have pretended that didn't happen.
So yeah. The golems then get their turn. Yeah, that's every turn. Golem's turn. These ones are sprinting, by the way. So it's 2 attacks against Derek, 1 against Eve. 1 attack against Derek is going to hit, dealing some damage, getting 6 points of damage. And the 1 attack against Eve is going to hit, actually, fucking hell, because it beats her 20 AC, dealing 3 points of damage. It is Derek's turn. Back at the top. What is Bongo going to do?
Okay, I'm going to attack the guy in front of me again.
Okay. Cool. You attack the guy in front of you. Yeah, that guy's going to die.
Okay. And then I'm going to attack the next guy by me. Oh,
Oh, that's a second natural 1.
why?
It just goes over his head. Your axe slash is not very accurate, apparently.
A +7.
Markath's turn. What is Markath going to do? Back to Goat. I did not get that reference, but
You
sure.
watch Konosuba.
Well, no shit, so I get the reference if I watch the show.
No, you have to watch it now.
Yeah, you have to watch it to get the reference
Maybe.
because
Watch
it's
it.
important to the whole session.
It is
To
important.
the whole.
Watch it. You
It's
need to
important
watch
whole
it.
world. I'm going to assume you disengage.
We can't be friends if you don't watch it.
Yeah, so disengage, cool. And then you still go to action. Protect has now worn off.
No, not protect.
Protect.
What does he have attack as
I
well?
thought that because of protect. No, he doesn't actually. I showed him that. Disengage is your bonus action, yeah. You still got a regular action, which you can use to throw a dagger, for instance. Yeah, you can not disengage, but then it would get a free attack against you. Yeah, Go remembers this, and every time I hear one person's like, "Is disengaging a bonus action or an actual action?" Okay, so you're going to get attack against you. It is going to hit, dealing 4 points of damage.
What's the other thing?
Dying.
Dying?
I'm going to protect the two of you again. You do have a limited use of protects, by the way. You got like 4 uses of it. Let me check.
You probably shouldn't use them all.
Yeah, you see how it's this. So you got 3 uses of it. You see that how it says 3 out of 3 above it. That's how many times you can use that thing. So you can use the other 2 things 4 times. Yeah, does that make sense? So spells under the 3 out of 3 you can use a total of 3 times. Cool. I'll give you a spoiler though. There's not that much combat, so really you don't need to worry about saving spell slots.
Alright, I'm gonna save my spell slots.
Are you going to throw a dagger as well?
Yes.
I
0
didn't know that was possible. I'll say it does 1 damage.
2 plus -2.
Wait, what?
I didn't actually know that was possible.
Because you have your daggers with it has a 1d8 plus 1d4 plus strength.
Yeah, he's got negative strength, so pathetically weak. That's quite funny. I'll just make if it's a 0, I'll make it a 1. Okay, it's Wilson's turn.
Alright. Wilson.
From Don't Starve.
I'm gonna try to like wait, which way is this dude facing?
Wilson P.
Away from you.
Away from me?
Yeah, simply looking towards Derek.
Does that mean I could get like a sneak attack or like at least like a surprise or something?
Not really.
I don't know.
He knows you're there, but
Oh, fine. I'm gonna have like running. All right, I'm gonna use one of my badass points.
okay. One-off characters, you can make them have ridiculous abilities. It's cool.
All right, I'm gonna try a run up, and from about like right here, I'm just gonna like jump up like. And like bring my dagger over my head and then like stab him in the back of the head while jumping.
Cool. Just roll me an attack roll with advantage.
Wait, what's Wilson's last name?
It's a Blackthorn, I think, right?
Yeah, Blackthorn.
Is it?
Is that with an E?
No.
Not with an E.
So it's basically Blacksworth, but not.
I mean, considering in Dabo's official family tree thing, he's got the Blacksworths and the Whitesworths. Yeah, that's gonna fit. 8 damage.
I got rid of that actually, but
You look pretty cool when you do it.
Why did you get rid of it? It was such a
well,
good...
because it was James's wife. Like, he doesn't have a wife yet, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. When are we gonna meet the lucky lady? Or
You're
should I say the unlucky lady?
Oh, it's such a big burn.
Oh.
It's Eve's turn.
It's actually Dimple.
Oh shoot. Dimple Whitesworth. Who'd have known?
Better than Roland.
Dimple was secretly a hermaphrodite this whole time.
Oh my god, it's like the whole South Park thing. Evil disengagement.
Oh, that episode was amazing.
You can only disengage from one of them, so you will take 1 attack. But the attack is going to miss. You have an AC of 20 by being protect, so. Do
Who could the father be?
You're gonna hit those two? Okay. We need to make deck saves. Yeah, you do hit both of them. Both of them fail. Please roll 3d10 damage.
Wait, I only
Yes,
did one
control.
attack on my turn. Rip.
Oh yeah, you did. You can just make a second attack now.
Alright.
Because you just like holds it out and poison sprays out and kills those two. The second attack is going to be enough to kill it.
Alright.
And it is the golem's turn. One golem left. It's just going to attack Erik. Missing. Erik, would you like to kill it? Bongo,
What? Oh,
would you like to kill it?
Would you like to play D&D?
sorry.
First attack misses. Second attack hits, dealing 5 damage. Cool. Markath, what would you like to do? There's not going to be more combat, though. I'll spoil it. Because, yeah. Okay, flame on. Twice. You can only do it once, but sure. Twice. You can do it once. It does like 2d8 damage, right? It's 2d10 damage. Yeah, you can cast it twice. In terms of you can cast it twice in the whole thing. Once per turn, though. So yeah. How much damage did it do? I think it was 2d10. 2d10? 2d10, right? Was it 2d8? Yeah, 2d10, okay. So yeah, just roll 2d10. It's probably going to kill it. Yeah, that kills it. Bit of overkill. And who are you going to heal with it, basically? Because you can pick someone to heal with it. Okay. Yeah, you heal yourself a bit. You're out of initiative. And the door, which has been slowly creaking open, now fully creaks open. Clara continues the story. It was at this point, defeating these golems, that Markath was very interested in the rooms around the door and insisted they stay behind to look at them. However, Derek was getting impatient and just wanted to go ahead. So, Derek decided to go ahead while Markath stayed back to look at the inscriptions. They decided to split into 2 teams of 2. Who's going with who, basically?
I'm gonna be with Eve.
I'm going with Markath.
Okay, so yeah, Wilson is staying behind with Markath. And Eve and Derek go on ahead. Red scale. Wilson and Markath, you just sort of stay behind. And Markath sort of tries teaching Wilson a bit about the runes. Oh, this rune means this rune means that sort of thing. What is going on with Eve and Derek, though, as they walk along this hallway?
I'm just gonna not really talk. Just kind of be like, just want to get back to fighting.
Yeah, you find a piece of one of the golems, sneakily puts it in your pocket. Is Eve doing anything particular? Red scale.
Red scale.
Yeah, red scale.
Red scale.
So yeah, the two of you just walking down this hallway right now. Okay. Give me a stealth check, real quick. And Derek can give me a perception check. Blind as that.
Can't beat that though.
Hopefully.
There's 3D
stealth
dice.
check.
And it's amazing.
Oh yeah, 3. How has he not seen? We've been rolling 3 dice this whole time. haven't we?
Yeah, but he hasn't been here. You can
No,
only you can only see it if you have 3D dice on.
no, but he's been in. Oh wait, did he only turn it on now?
Yeah.
I'm confused. Sorry, because he's been here for a session.
I just told him about it.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that. But yes, you just beat his perception with your stealth. So you sneak up on him, and what are you going to do?
What?
It's not a potion that you drink. It's a injecty one. So it's like you can just inject him in the neck with it.
What?
Yeah, you just inject into his neck. Derek, you feel a sharp pain in your neck, and you fall over.
What?
What do you want to do with the body?
What?
Okay, you sort of just drag it into a small alcove. There's not really a ravine, but there's definitely pretty significant alcoves that you can hide it in. You take the item that he has. You knew what his item was. It was actually a small hamster that he talked to when he was lonely and scared. A small hamster. I think it was a gerbil, wasn't it? I can't remember what it was.
I think it was a hamster.
A hamster, okay.
No, it's a
It actually
gerbil.
had nothing to do with Gundam. It was a gerbil. It actually had nothing to do with Gundam when I was making that. I was like, they're going to think this is based off of Gundam when it's really not.
Everything is based off of something.
I like how most of the time you think I'm referencing something when I'm just not referencing
Oh,
it.
you're clearly referencing
yeah,
the
this kind of similar
Powerpuff
to
Girls.
Damn it. My Powerpuff Girls reference didn't go over your heads.
The hints are obvious.
So
They're
yeah,
everywhere.
Derek's dead.
Well, Erik is
And
dead.
he head forward. Eventually, Wilson and Marka sort of head on as well. Having finished reading this, finished getting all the information you really can out of these hieroglyphs. You head on into the next room and eventually regroup with Eve.
There's nothing weird going on here.
Where is Derek? It's a good point.
It's a good question. I wonder. Where could he be?
Well, you know Derek.
Sure. Give me an insight check. With advantage. And Eve, give me a deception check. So Eve, deception, and Marka, insight with advantage.
Okay, you aren't going to be deceiving nobody.
No, you need to roll with advantage.
Well, it doesn't matter.
You get a feeling Eve's hiding something, but you're not really sure what. It just seems a bit weird about this whole thing. That being said, you do know that she's never really had that good of a relationship with Derek, and the two butted heads quite a lot. Not like a close one, really. You don't actually have a close relationship with anyone here, really. Probably the person you get along with the most is Wilson. But more just because the other two spend more time together as a bodyguard and person. And person. None of you are exceptionally close, though. And yeah, you get to this room. At the back of the room, you see a small basin and a door, and you see 6 large balls in the center with 6 statues. Seem to be hands, like the same shape as the balls, which means they can easily fit into place. There's also a long hieroglyph written around the room. These spheres seem to be rollable. They have writing. Yeah, you just sort of look around. Since you can read the language, it does take you some time. The general gist of this room seems to be fill the basin with the exact amount of water. Indicate that they're supposed to go on these statues, and these statues seem to indicate volumes of water. Effectively, hands. And yeah, you check the door. The door is definitely locked.
What is this?
It's a basin, like a bowl.
I mean, I could always just break down the door. It's not
You could
that
definitely
tough
break
of a
down the
door.
if you wanted to.
I'm gonna break down the door.
Just give me a strength check. Broom thing is you're like, what's this thing? You sort of investigate. It's a basin. You just start hacking at the door. It does take you a few minutes, but you actually do manage to make some progress breaking through the door. You see some complex mechanisms like ropes, very old technology. But you can basically just skip it if you want to just break through the door.
Yep, just break through the door.
You break through the door, and Wilson steps through first, seeing something in the distance. As he steps through, red scale. Yeah, you sneak to Markath as Wilson just sort of walks ahead a bit. Secret word? What are you on about? I have no idea what you're talking about. You're very stealthy. Markath can give me a perception check if she wants, rather. Yeah, perception. See if you can catch her sneaking up on you. Yeah, I'll say you can. You've been using it a lot, so yeah, you can roll with advantage. You actually just notice her coming towards you as she's got a something in her hand. What are you going to do, both of you? You're going to shout out? And Eve, what's Eve going to do? Okay, make me a Constitution saving throw. Make me a Constitution saving throw. Fortunately, it's not enough. As you get frozen in place, you take whip, and you feel your entire body freeze up from the inside out. Unfortunately, I said.
Alright, I'm gonna be like...
You haven't you only heard like a very faint whisper from behind you, but you didn't really hear much of anything. Yeah, you just stab the poison into her neck, and she just dies. Yeah, but you're also getting your lungs frozen from the inside out. Kind of like when you scream when you're in a dream, and it's actually just a whisper in real life. No shit, it's rigged.
Boo.
Yeah, the two things were happening at the exact same time. So Otherwise, if it wasn't like that, people who took advantage on people who might take longer to play the let's say. It's like you both got individual actions. You'll go to Wilson, yeah? We just step through the doorway to Wilson. And as you step through, you sort of see this faint light in the distance as well that Wilson seems to be looking towards. This faint light, yeah. You see a light in the distance. It seems to be a good 50 feet towards it. Both of you see this, Wilson and Eve. What you gonna do?
They come for you.
Okay, your step forward. Is Wilson stepping forward as well?
Yeah, it's not gonna notice. Yeah.
You both sort of step forward and you see this glowing light. As you step close enough, you actually see it's a torch being held up by a female statue. Very large flame inside it. You think you've just found the torch of power.
We did it.
Finally did it.
And as you find it, red scale.
It only took us like 6 months, but we did it. We found it
It
again.
did actually take a couple months to find. Yeah, one. Roll me a perception check, Wilson.
E.
You don't notice her coming up to you.
You notice nothing.
You're so transfixed by this torch. Is Eve going to get out the poison?
And then even Wilson kiss.
Stab him in the neck and inject the poison. However, as the life is draining from his body, you notice something strange, a sort of glow come from about him, as his form suddenly shrinks into the size and shape of a ferret. A very adorable little ferret.
What?
Ferret. You're a ferret, and you turn around, seeing Eve stabbing you in the neck with what you know is a lethal poison. Because you know this item you have. You know that your special item turns you into a ferret if you ever die, effectively. And it all pieces together where Markup and Derek have gone. Eve has been killing them. You know that in your current form you have no chance of fighting her. And there are many holes in the walls that you can run through. What do you do?
I'm gonna fight her. No, I'm gonna wait.
You can easily run away. Eve can try and grab. You do notice him, yeah. You want to try and grab him?
This is gonna go well.
You can try and freeze him. As you try and aim the freeze spell, it just doesn't seem to work. He's so nimble that he can easily dodge out of the way. It's just you can't
He's Dimble?
target his core. Yes, he's
So
very
Dimble.
so nimble. And he manages to scurry off through a small crack in the wall. However, as you're saying this, as you see this, you know sort of a lot about this kind of technology and this magic. He's not going to be able to survive this golem place which is full of golems as a ferret. And you're in the room that you've always wanted to be in, the room with the torch of power. You step up towards the torch of power and wield it for the first time, knowing that you can found Arcana with the ideals that you hold yourself. Clara stopped speaking at this point. It was like, and that's effectively the true story of what happened.
Holy
My great-great-grandfather did eventually escape, and he's written down this story and told it to my relatives, and they've told it to me. No, he turned out of being a ferret. Didn't last forever, it only lasted for an hour. It's a common magic item, you can get it anywhere, really, nowadays. Of course, back then it was quite a big deal.
It's common. I want this.
No, it's not like common as in the common rarity, but easy to get. Might be a bit expensive, but you can
The
definitely obtain
gerbil?
it.
Yeah, what happened to the gerbil?
I honestly do not know what happened to the gerbil. I never really read much about it afterwards.
What? The dribble's the most important part, though.
I think if there's a point to the story, is that yes, Arcana has done many good things, and there are good people in Arcana. However, just as there are good people who have saved your life and who have saved the lives of many people, there are bad people. Some of those bad people are very high up. I feel like what you should learn from this is that not everything is black and white, especially with Arcana, which has such a shady history. I mean, the gerbil's probably dead. Eve is still alive, though.
She got that stupid torch.
Not because she got the torch, though, because she's elven. She'll live forever anyway. Astra's really old in terms of elven years.
Isn't she, like, in her 20s?
Yes, but elven years are different. Elves, like, mentally age slower than humans do, but they also can be a lot older, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
So yeah, she's in her 20s if you're using human years. Or she's like about 20 years, isn't she, or something? I don't know exactly how old she is, but yeah. But if you're talking actual physical years, she's older than all of you.
Wow.
But if we're talking mental maturity years, then Dimble would be the oldest. Not that he's the most mature, it's just he's the oldest mentally.
What?
Honestly, though, he probably is the most mature of the group.
Yeah, I'm not going around killing random people because I'm mad at them.
Erik and Astra have a murder problem, and James is just derpy sometimes.
Hey, that's not James' fault. That's my fault.
Yeah, that's true. That, to me, sounds like a very noble cause. That's just not true as a list. I don't. In terms of what? Height?
No, not height.
I could believe that if it was height, I guess.
That Dimble is greater than Erik?
Oh, the smallest one first. No. In terms of shortness, then, fine. Shortness first.
No. Yeah, I also gotta get out of Derek.
In terms of success with ranged weaponry.
James is the least successful.
What the hell? Listen here, buddy.
So yeah, this she finishes telling you the story to James and Astra. It's like, yes, that's effectively what happened. Is there anything else you would like to know?
You mentioned it was an item that turned him into a
ferret.
Ferret?
Yes, it turned into. Yes, there is. It's
do we have that item?
We do have it somewhere, actually.
Can I have it?
You know we are not supposed to take these items out. We don't even have that other item. You know what happened. The ship that went missing a while ago.
Okay, you just gotta buy
the
your
ambassador.
own.
Oh, you mean the thing we found? Yeah, that was pretty cool.
What?
Yeah, we found it.
You found the ambassador? What is... James, this is no time for jokes.
Now see, you've got the glove right here, see?
Her eyes go very wide. Why did you not tell me this? You need to speak. She goes over to a servant and it's like, please get his father. Oh my goodness. Send me to an early grave. A few minutes pass. And your father comes. It's like, you found the ambassador and you did not tell me.
Good job, James.
It suddenly becomes a little bit awkward for Astra. Both his parents are a bit
I didn't. I mean, I figured I'd just tell you when to get back. I didn't want to,
You know that if you wore that glove, that glove could have killed you if you put it on.
But I
I'm
did.
so surprised it didn't kill you.
Well, it said I was It said the hair must wear it, and I was like, I'm the hair, so I was.
That's not how that word is pronounced, young man.
The hair.
There's a very
Air, whatever. You know what?
there's a very significant problem with this.
Is there?
Astra, would you mind leaving? There is something I must discuss.
It's like how Kyoko
James.
covers her thing.
So yeah, anytime. So yeah, Astra leaves. Stephen, James's father, sort of awkwardly stands near the door and just leans against it as James's mother goes over to him and is like, "You might want to sit down for this."
Oh no. So,
You see,
when a man and a woman love each other very
no, it's not that talk. You see, the reason that this glove could have killed you is because only true blacksmiths were supposed to be able to wear it.
Oh.
What are you implying?
I'm not implying that we love you any less or anything like that. I have just been unable to conceive children. It's a problem that's happened very, very long ago. You, technically, are not a blood relative of the blacksmiths.
Oh my. Wow.
However, the fact that you're wearing this glove is strange and shocking, to say the least. I did not know it would be able to be worn by someone like you.
I'm
That is the canonical reason why the machines attacked you, yes.
Wait, what machines?
Just
Oh
don't
yeah,
get
those
right
machines.
something.
The Rise and Shine Earth sign.
Yeah. Rise and shine or sign.
So I'm adopted.
Yes.
Fun.
Everyone's very silent. They're not saying anything.
Hey, at least you don't have to be related to those kooks. Hey.
Dimble will jump off a building.
Who are my parents?
We are your parents, adopted, but if your birth parents, they are not from this planet exactly. We don't really know who your birth parents were.
Huh.
It's a very long story. Actually, no, it's not that long of a story. We found you one day. Your father found you outside, abandoned, and he brought you home. We had been trying to conceive for a while, and it just seemed like a miracle. You were found in the desert to the north of the planet. We went out there multiple times looking for some kind of reason. Nobody even lives in that part of the planet. We asked around several times, but to no avail.
Huh. Well, I mean, I'm a true blacksmith, apparently, so
Yes.
it had to be something.
Honestly, it's surprising. It shouldn't. Do not take this the wrong way, but it should only work for blood relatives. I'm thrilled, of course, that it does work for you. I've always considered you my son, but it's just shocking. Your father's basically staying completely silent and completely out of this conversation. He's never been very good with serious conversation. Combat conversation he could do, but this kind of conversation he's like, nope.
Why didn't you tell me earlier?
It just never came up, to be honest.
Never came up that I'm not actually your son.
You are our son. It's just we always were waiting for the right time to tell you, and then you wanted to start adventuring, and it's just never seemed relevant.
Hmm.
Oh, God. Cousin, uncle.
All right. Well, I obviously am a true blacksmith, so it's not really anything else to talk about. I guess you're not my parents, but I guess you are my parents. But I guess you aren't. But you are.
Yes.
But you aren't.
Yes. I should probably give you some space and time to think about this. I will be retiring to my chamber now. If you need anything, just come and see me, okay? And she leaves. Your father's like, yeah, and then leaves.
All right. I guess that's a thing.
And that's probably a good place to end it, to be honest, unless anyone wants to do anything in particular.
No.
Okay. Astra, want to do anything? James, want to do anything?
No, I don't think so.
Flirt with Sylvia. If you want to, you can do it now for reuniting with people because it kind of makes sense to do it now. Now we did finish kind of early. It's pretty easy to group everyone up. Yeah, you have a sort of a lounge area which connects all your rooms together. Yeah, you sort of all just gathered there. Is James comes along too, I assume, or is he not?
No, I'll come along too.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, we're not weird.
Maybe a little weird.
All right, maybe a little, but not weird.
Hmm.
Pretty big step.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Hmm.
We're gonna make our own Arcana with blackjack and hookers.
Just forget the blackjack.
My God. With blacksmiths and hookers.
Blacksmiths.
That's the same thing.
With Jack Blacks and hookers.
Sherry speaks up and is like, that's a very noble cause, I feel. We've been filled in on the history of Arcana. And it's troubling, but it also answers a lot of questions. I feel like it's one of those things where you have never shown me any reason to think you're a bad person. Same with Laura. She's a member of Arcana too. And I've never had any problems with her. I've known her for quite some time, actually. Maybe that's our next step, then. If we are going to deal with this Arcana thing, we're going to need allies, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Sean speaks up and is like, I'll try and figure out where she is. I'm decent with computers and stuff. I can probably find her. But I just need some time.
We have a whole planet of people right here.
Yeah, you definitely you know that you could basically command your armies to do whatever you want. And while your armies are small, they're pretty effective.
We need to go to the pub and recruit some fellows named Goat, so that Goat can have a character.
Go Scott and Goat has ideas for characters.
Good go.
Got ideas. I won't say any more because spoilers, essentially.
That is great. Please don't be Dabby.
Dabby.
Nothing like
Taffy
Dabby. Dabby Duck.
Dabby Duck. So yeah, that's basically the session. The group of you just continue discussing a few options of allies and stuff like that. What did you think of the session? Very RP heavy one, isn't it?
That was pretty cool.
Like one combat encounter, and it was tiny. And it wasn't even with your main characters.
That's nice.
And this was like the history session. A lot of expose on stuff. It's a very Astra and James heavy one as well. I hope it wasn't too boring for you, Bongo.
What?
I hope it wasn't boring for you or anything, Bongo, even
No,
though you
I'm
didn't
fine.
have as much role. Okay, that's good, because Bongo does have character development things. Even on this planet, just a bit of extra expose is you do see a lot of human guards on it. It's a very mostly human planet, but you do see some mechs effectively, and those definitely would have caught Dimble's eye. So we'll definitely get into that in the next session as well.
I just want to finish mine already. So close, yet so far.
Oh, and one final note: you will level up.
Yes.
So that was the end of the arc.
Yes. All right.
Cool, I can get a point into Wizard as a Necromancer. Awesome.
Give me a new character sheet, Peaky.
Oh yeah, sure.
A new character sheet? Oh god.
Use Derek's.
So why would I use Derek's?
Okay, fine.
Gotta preserve
Give you a new
Derek.
character.
And then I add Derek to the graveyard. The graveyard is so peaceful and beautiful.
And Wilson. Don't forget Wilson.
And
The others.
Mark Hoth. Bongo's new character sheet
you go.
because he's a prissy person who needs a new character sheet. That's a good name.
What?
I'm glad James adopted.
I'm
That's
not.
that's an out of context quote.
I'm glad James is adopted.
I am not glad James is adopted personally.
It's a twist, that's for sure.
because I don't know how to roleplay that and how it's continuing my character.
That's kind of a thing that challenges the role player.
Gotta
I
figure
don't
out.
want to be challenged. I just want to beat people up.
Then you should have played a barbarian. If you don't want to be challenged on things, play a barbarian. They require like no brain power to play. They just smash stuff. That's their only motivation. What is their backstory? Smash stuff. What is their bonds and ideals? Smash stuff.
All right, that's my next
Take a
character.
point.
Just gonna be smash stuff and everything.
No, seriously, barbarians are fun and all, but seriously, they are just smash stuff. They have very little substance as characters, and it's very difficult to actually role play. If you're like Lime, for instance, Lime is somebody who really loves the role playing aspect of D&D a lot more than a lot of other things. You would not like a barbarian. It's actually very difficult to make them complicated. Very difficult. Because their entire way their character works and plays is they get angry and they smash stuff. Part of them getting angry is why they're strong, so you can't even make them have like an anger management style roleplay. There are two character types that I definitely want someone to try out at some point if they were willing to, which is the amnesiac who doesn't actually know anything about their own character and they get revealed slowly, and
Yeah.
the person who's a jack of trades who is bad at decision making and so basically has a point in like every different class because they've like slowly developed skills. Like, oh, I spent a few months working at a thieves guild, so I have a level in rogue, and oh, I once dated a wizard and she taught me some fun tricks, so I've got a pointed wizard as well.
That would be a horrible character, but
I was going to say something for V3 spoilers. But yeah, can't.
Come on, Dabo,
Hope the session was
play
good,
DRV3.
I really like James's planet as well.
I like it too. I didn't really know what it was until now, but I like it.
Yeah, it's basically very, very idealistic. It's one of those places that when you leave it, you actually get a bit depressed and sad because it's such a nice place. Definitely not any secret. I don't know what Naboo is. It's like no, it's more like you know what it's called? You know Dr. Seuss books. Dr. Seuss books. It's kind of like that, but toned down and not as ridiculous. But you know what I mean? It's very very colourful, very. I never watched Star Wars. That being said, Star Wars is like technology, a laser sword.
You've never seen Star Wars?
No, never seen it.
You've never seen Star Wars?
No, I've never seen Star Wars.
I didn't see
You
it
should-
until like a year ago, so you're fine.
Yeah, like it's just this is going to sound weird coming from someone who made a sci-fi campaign. Sci-fi isn't really my favorite thing. I don't really like sci-fi that much. Like I like this kind of sci-fi because it's more about the D&D for me, and it's also about planet exploration and stuff.
It's not like
It's basically
it's not like high
isn't this-
sci-fi.
this is low sci-fi. You still like Astra still your thing. It's not super high sci-fi or anything, but it does have sci-fi elements. I'm just not a fan of sci-fi. Plus, Star Wars looks really bad. The old ones. I know they're good for their time and whatever, but they're really old now.
There's
I think-
parts that look really bad, but it's also like, I don't know. It's not like the best.
Kaji
movie
has a
ever.
backstory. Kaji has a backstory, and I could canonically make it so Kaji and Dwight decide to go off and do his backstory, if that makes sense. Possibly, yeah. It's just because here's the thing, yeah. When you've got character cherry, they need to bring some game, just a NPC. Lanta brings development for Lime, Astra. Sherry brings development for Erik. And Sean is a very intelligent person who can do a lot of things that your group can't do. For instance, disarm a bomb. He's good with computers. He's basically the smartest person in the party, I think, in terms of rules. You don't really have an intelligent NPC or an intelligent PC either. So he's sort of the smart guy. Not very wise, very stupid, in fact, but he's also very intelligent. So that's sort of the kind of character. The thing that Dwight provided was development for Kaji, but if Kaji's not here, then Kaji's just a combat NPC, and then Dwight is kind of useless as an NPC, if that makes sense. In that he doesn't really provide much to the story. So it's just easier to write them out of it. Or I could just make Kaji the pilot. That sort of thing. Give him a very minor background role. That's why I was kind of like, that's why it's not going to be easy to add a person to your party. I'm sure they can add something to the story, if that makes sense. Like, you're not going to get James's dad coming along on your party, on your ship, you know? You could try, but it would fail.
What's his name?
Stephen Blacksworth.
Steve. Didn't Dabo have something with Steve or something at one point?
Yeah, Steve Blacksworth.
That's not Steve's. Actually, it might be, but I don't think it is. I think
No,
Steve is some other person.
Especially because they've got completely different styles of doing things, don't they? Like, Steve was really old. Like,
Yeah, he's some like grandpa or something, some great grandfather. I don't know.
Yeah, some cousin once removed. He's a family member nobody talks about. He's one that gets invited to the family reunions and like nobody likes.
Yeah.
He gets invited, but nobody really knows who he is, so they just come up kind of avoid him. Yeah. So yeah, you'll level up. I'll tell you your level up stuff when I can. Like, that's for everyone who doesn't level up by themselves.
Yeah.
I think this is where Astra gets stuff as well. I liked Astra's development quite a lot. I'm honestly surprised I got so much development in, to be honest. Like, there was another thing that could have been done, but it wouldn't make much sense to do it now.
Was that the one where you're like, improvise?
Yes, basically, I did have to improvise quite a bit in this. But I'm good at improv. Could you tell it was improvisation? Could you tell the entire like first part where Astra walked into that place was completely like no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you probably could tell.
Wait, when Astra walked into what?
You know when Astra walked into that place and looked on the computer and stuff, that was completely improvised.
Oh. Really? Because that changed a lot, but alright.
Last conversation. Although I did keep in mind that she... Oh, that was me walking away. Not walking away, moving my face away. I might also be cutting out though. The last conversation was mostly improvised, but I did have an idea of how she would feel about things. Notably confused. Also, can anyone guess who my favorite NPC is? You probably can.
Is it Bearbot?
Oh yeah, Bearbot's on the ship. Bearbot is summoned on the ship, yeah.
Is Sean?
Yeah, it's Sean. Sean is my favorite NPC.
Sean is pretty great.
I just like talking like him. Because I talk like him IRL. A lot of NPCs you'll find are like similar to real life traits. Sean's thing is like, whenever I'm falling over, for instance, I will literally say falling over. I'll say, oh, falling over. When I'm falling over in real life, that's a thing I do. Falling over. It's a weird.
IRL.
Sean does that sort of thing. Yeah, I do that IRL. And so Sean does a similar thing where he'll just say actions out loud. It's like running away.
Oh yeah, I forgot we
That
got a
sort of thing.
dog.
Yeah, you also have a dog, but it's a puppy. Can't really fight. It's a puppy wolf. What's a baby wolf called?
Oh, it's called Baby
Cub.
Wolf.
No, but like, what's the word for it?
I'm looking it up.
Wolf cub.
Wolf cub.
Probably Wolf Cub.
I actually fall over frequently. You'd be surprised. I'm a little bit like
The
ADD.
pups in a litter mate? What? A wolf, a pup,
Pup. It's
whelp?
because they're basically dogs, aren't they? Wolves are basically dogs, just wild.
a whelp.
I-
A whelp?
Whelp.
Whelp?
I fall over just sitting in my chair. So
It's because I'm like very tall,
Astra, James, Dimble,
Hey.
Erik, Kachi, Dwight, Lotta, Sean.
and I have a tendency to walk on my very tiptoes, and I don't mean just like toes and balls. I mean literally my toes.
your balls?
The ball of my feet.
You walk with your balls? Wow.
No, it's not like that South Park episode.
I don't want to watch South Park if that's an episode.
Oh no, it's an episode. They give themselves testicular cancer, so their balls get really big, and then they can
What
get
the
weed
hell?
for free or something. Not for free, but they can get medicinal marijuana. This is like the most entry-level South Park thing.
What one? Wait, which episode?
The
Ow,
one
my
where they
leg.
give like cancer. The South Park.
Well, I've been
Astra,
watching
James,
football
Dimble,
this
Erik,
whole time.
Kachi, Dwight,
My team won.
Nata, Sean Cherry, Yandy, and Bearbot. But yeah, Bearbot stays summoned until he dies, though, doesn't he? Or you dis-summon him, unsummon him. Is it only 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
No, that does not sound right to me. That really does not sound right to me. Otherwise, that's a very weak spell.
That's like 100 turns of combat.
No.
Steed, I'm looking. Fine Steed? Phantom Steed?
Wait, maybe it is. I'm not sure.
It's a casting time of 10 minutes, so you couldn't have even summoned him. But
a red
we'll retcon that.
dies.
No, it's a retcon. It doesn't really matter any faster. Because it's
The
still has to
duration
follow
is instantaneous.
Yeah, it's because he conjures it. It's like blah blah. Stones uses a man both in combat and out. When the Steed drops to 0 hit points, it disappears, leaving behind no physical form. You can dismiss your Steed at any time with an action, causing it to disappear. In either case, casting a spell against summons the same Steed, restored to its hit points maximum. While your Steed is within 1 mile of you, you can communicate. You can't have more than one Steed. It doesn't say anything about. Yeah, he'll be constantly summoned until you unsummon him. And then, of course, if you ever don't want him, like if you're stealthing around for something, for instance, and you don't want a robot bear, you can just unsummon him and then summon him later.
Well, I can't do that, so too bad.
You can't do that. I mean, you also take heavy armor, so
True. Heavy armor and a giant robot polar bear.
well, one of them's a dog and one of them's a robot bear. The robot bear does speak, yeah, but it's not a person. It's not even a robot bear technically, is it? It's actually just a bear that's blue. Or is it actually a robot bear? I can't remember.
Mine is a
I
robot
can't
bear.
remember what we actually decided on. It could be. Yeah.
I got myself an ice cream sandwich.
Why?
Nice.
Why not?
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a good point. You have a point there.
His name was Darius.
So,
And he's also
Lord
with
of
Zerk, who like Dimble has not talked to, despite having like several encounters with him. which is quite funny.
And Laura's angelic, right?
Yes, this universe is Angelica.
Oh yeah.
And Persephone is this universe's Penelope.
And Irvin is Ervan.
I guess. It's not a red herring. Persephone was the red herring.
And James is this universe's Simon and Catra's dad.
Yeah.
What?
James is Simon and Catra's dad.
Wait, what?
James is Simon and Catra's dad.
That doesn't... What?
James is Simon and Catra's dad.
That doesn't make any sense.
Also, the Torch of Power coming back. What do you guys think of that? Fun, right? Totally fun, right? Yeah, totally.
Very fun.
Do you guys want coffee? You guys want any coffee? Thunder coffee? No? No?
Yep.
Okay.
I want some.
Coffee's pretty cool.
Are you going to roll a d100?
Yep.
Okay, it's going to be canonical, so do it if you want. Let me just get my thing up.
James is unadopted now.
James is unadopted.
Which means he's just an orphan or something.
All of a sudden she goes through conception.
She goes through conception.
She goes through conception.
I'm pretty sure that you do realise that just means she got up, right? That doesn't mean anything. It means she got up.
Okay, I used the wrong word,
Yeah.
but... She goes
Roll.
through labor.
Dimble on 83. Unlikely that you'll be able to summon actual Thunder on. Dimble's got an 83. Target polymorphed into a squirrel. That could not be more appropriate right
Oh,
now.
come on.
Polymorphed into a squirrel. After that whole turning into a ferret DD. And Dabo's got 34.
Okay, now I can turn into a squirrel whenever I want.
A lot of bats appear around James and fly around in different directions. Most of them do get stuck in the ship, so you've got a bit of a bat problem.
Bat?
Bats, yeah.
Like
Not
baseball
baseball.
bats?
No, not baseball.
Baseball.
As in screechy ones that fly around.
Baseball bats just start flying around.
Oh, those are cute. I like bats.
Yeah, you got a few stuck in the ship. I like new crew members.
Just kidding, bats are demons and they should die.
Fucking hell. That was a 180. That went from 0 to 100 real quick. Oh, they're cute.
Just kidding,
They
there's
should
demons
die.
and they should all die. Oh no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, it's
But
beautiful.
yeah, I'm glad this session didn't suck.
Good session.
Actually did suck because I'm adopted.
Well, then you should have thought about that before being born.
Yeah, stop being adopted.
Wow. Offensive much.
I mean,
Yeah, James
technically,
can-
you still
James
have
can
parents
try-
who
James can-
didn't adopt you.
James can try and figure out the truth behind his where he came from. It said he found you
In a
on
desert.
your planet, and you're on your home planet.
Beaky is killed.
Grandma kill.
Oh, you're back.
Okay. Anyway, that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Anything else to say? I hope Goat enjoyed watching and then even playing.
And that he comes back. Please come back to us, Go. We need you.
I think this could also give Goat an except the fact that he didn't actually see anyone fight, so it probably doesn't give him that good of an idea. He has no idea what your characters do.
Also, all of my planet is gonna die because I'm gonna command them to fight Arcana and they're all gonna die.
That's fine.
What?
You can just get more.
you
very
just get
respectable.
more civilians.
Alright.
Well, yeah. you know how to get more civilians? Breed with them. You conceive them. Oh, but James wouldn't know anything about that, would he? Ultimate breeder.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, we can always do it later.
If he's not dead.
Not dead. You know, it's such an idyllic planet. It's almost as if something bad is going to happen here.
Tragedy in paradise?
Who knows? Maybe.
No, that could never happen. You would never write something like that.
No, I'm not that mean. I'm way meaner.
Ah, thanks, man.
You didn't even meet the guy. Well, Erevan did. Erevan. I keep calling you Erevan because his fucking name is Irvin. Dimble. Dimble could have gotten some very valuable information out of that guy, and he doesn't have that information.
Which is great. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. That's why you should ask questions to NPCs before they die.
This is why NPCs shouldn't die.
You can't trust NPCs to live.
This is why we should kill all of the NPCs.
NPCs die very easily, okay? Don't trust NPCs to do anything right. You can only trust yourself to do things right.
No, I
The
can't.
moment you start putting your faith into an NPC, that's the moment you fucked up.
Can I trust other PCs though?
No, probably not. You can't even trust yourself. Honestly, in D&D, everyone's a loser.
Hey, I'm
That's
not a
true.
loser. I'm a winner in my heart. And
You're
that's
a
what
loser
counts.
who's adopted.
I like it now we're just gonna. It's like rip on Astra, ARCANA, rip on Dimble being short, rip on Erik for having no combat capabilities, then you rip on James for being adopted. There's nothing wrong with being adopted.
No, there is. There definitely is.
No, there's something wrong with being adopted because you have the same trait as James. That's why it's wrong.
Oh my god, that's self-hating. Look, we can all agree there's nothing wrong with being an Arcana member. There's nothing intrinsically wrong with having no combat ability or being adopted. However, there's a lot wrong with being short.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Well, didn't stop me from saying it, did you?
No, I did not.
Too short for that, aren't you? It's because of your height. Your inferior height. Oh.
Alright, how do I kick Beaky out of this call?
You don't. Oh. You probably can. Please don't. I think you could probably kick me from like the server altogether.
No, I can't.
probably do it.
Absol removed that permission.
No.
Absol keeps slowly taking away our permission.
Absolute basically. Just being sneaky, taking over the Discord server.
Absol is a dictator.
She basically is a dictator.
She deleted
That's
some
surprisingly
emotes
accurate.
randomly that we were using.
Yeah, that's just weird.
She deleted the split opinion emote, so I just re-uploaded them.
But yeah, it was good.
So it's good.
It was good. Thank God you didn't try fighting Arcana, because that would have been a bloody battle where people probably would have died. I did have a combat encounter plan for if you actually fought Arcana. And like, no, we won't leave, we'll fight them. We've got loads of people here. Could have won, but yeah. Would have been painful. Well, let's think about everyone else's backstories where they have loving families that they can go back to. Oh, wait. Literally no other person could have thought of that. Literally no other PC has a place to go back to in terms of like they just don't have spoilers for people's backstories. But yeah, but Astra was the only one who had a place. and that was Arcana, which was kind of not a great place if your problem is Arcana.
Well, I suggested it because Beaky talked to me about it.
I did talk to him quite a lot in detail about his planet, which is like why he thought of that, because we.
And then Lada was like, "Hey, where should we go, James? Is there a planet nearby that you know of?"
Yeah,
and I'm like,
you didn't have to go to your planet. There were other places you could have gone.
Hey,
why
James,
do I wanna go to
is
places?
there anywhere we can
You
go,
could've gone-
James?
You could have gone to the next planet on the ICE.
Can we go to Tech Nexus again?
Yeah, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to
Yeah,
continue.
you could have gone to Tech Nexus. You could have actually gone to Tech Nexus because Laura was there last.
Why would I want to go, Laura?
And it's a planet that's
Gross.
heavily Arcana control. Oh wait,
Oh wait, frick. Let's
Junker probably would have been the best. Honestly, Junker would probably been the only good planet to go to, or maybe Megalomani.
Mega Man.
But that Junker would have been the best one probably if you were going to another planet. Well, Sean even said he was trying tracking Laura down. Since he's the smart one, and he's apparently good with computers. I'm just making him good with everything.
Sean, stop being
Smart
good at
people are good
computers.
at. Is anyone else good with computers? No, didn't think so.
I mean, what if Goat's good with computers? What if his character is? Oh,
Then Sean becomes redundant, and we can kill him off. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't kill him off.
I could never kill you, Sean.
I mean, if he dies, then that's a different story because characters can die all the time. But
I hope he
I
does.
wouldn't kill him off for no reason. He's a fan favorite. I'm a fan of this, so yeah.
All the fans are just screaming about Sean.
They want Sean's D.
Sean!
Fucking hell.
Sean!
Oh my god, that's actually really painful.
Sean!
No, not Shawn Mendes. Fuck that guy.
Sean Mendes! I want you, Sean Mendes!
His surname's actually Sierra.
What? Sean Sierra!
Fucking hell, stop that. Stop it with your I am a little teapot.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout.
No, seriously.
My handle, here is my spout.
Fucking hell. When Giannis dies in Smite with a certain skin, he says, I'm a little teapot. It's great. But yeah, I'm gonna go now.
Are you gonna go?
I am gonna go.
Are you really? You think you're gonna go?
Yes.
You think so?
You think you have the audacity to leave me alone and leave forever? That's just rude.
It's kind of
So,
like how your
okay.
parents left you.
They didn't leave it. But
God damn it! All right. You know what?
His parents are actually super loving.
I would never abandon you.
That's how creepy.
That's very creepy.
That was the whole point.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. So bye bye. We'll say bye bye. That's creepy if you don't.
Thanks
say
for
bye-bye.
watching. Hope you enjoyed. Click like if you
Hope you
like.
enjoyed fucking.
Click like if you think
About
James
nothing.
being adopted is funny.
God.
Yeah, well, we'll see you all next time. Bye.